Yo, what's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. Guys, what is going on in Ottawa? What is going on in Ottawa? Why have they not re-signed Brady Tkachuk? We're going to be taking a look at the latest on Brady Tkachuk. We're going to go over the Logan Brown trade, as well as looking at potential moves here to the Ottawa Senators before the beginning of the regular season. So we're going to be going over all of that in Sens Nation today. So we're going to start off with the white elephant in the room, and that is Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk is now, again, we're in training camp now. A lot of bigger names that I thought were going to be more of an issue for their team have been signed. Obviously, the Senators aren't the only team in this situation. But we've seen guys like Kirill Kaprizov get something done in Minnesota. We've started to see some other names get signed. I apologize for that. Obviously in Vancouver, which is good in Canada, so they're spreading the wealth between these two. But Pettersson and Hughes have not signed, as well as Brady Tkachuk in Ottawa. So according to Elliot Friedman, Big Hockey Insider, the issues with Tkachuk in Ottawa are structure and trade protection. He wants bonuses. You know, the last time somebody asked for bonuses from Eugene Melnyk, it was Erik Karlsson. Where is he? He's gone. So I'm really hoping that by the time I post this video, it gets dated very quickly, and he's in Ottawa, and he's in the opening night lineup. But we've heard this story before. And I'm really, really hoping that this is not what it comes down to. Supposedly, it's looking probably like an 8-year, $64 million contract, $8 million per season, a fair contract, 8 over 8 for Brady Tkachuk. He's worth that. We saw what his brother Matthew got in Calgary. This is a fair contract, and he'll be there long term. As long as you can give him that contract, that's the max term they could give. You know, Brady wants to play there. But Eugene Melnyk better not step in here and say, we're not giving you signing bonuses. Because I hate to say it, Eugene, the rest of the NHL is giving out signing bonuses. Very few exceptions. Maybe Lou Lamoriello with the Islanders and some other very few individuals. But most organizations, especially the Ottawa Senators with the mess they've been in, he deserves that signing bonus. Now, if Eugene doesn't want to pay that, that's great. You're just going to lose another talent and piss off your fan base even more. Get your stuff together, Ottawa. Come on. This is ridiculous. These fans finally have players that want to be in Ottawa despite not making the playoffs. Get this guy locked up. I think most Sens fans would agree with me that this is pretty monotonous at this point. Get him locked up. Unbelievable. Don Brennan thinks that offering Brady Tkachuk an 8 over 8 deal is insulting to the player. Wow, I didn't really check this, but that is quite interesting. I think he's worth 8 over 8. I mean, again, coming out of your entry-level deal, we're seeing these bigger contracts, but how big do you want to go? If you're going to get the 8-year term, you're not going to get that $10 million, that price tag. Again, you look at Brady Tkachuk. Love the guy. He's 22 years old. And, yes, you look at his production. 45 points in his first full season. Mind you, he did only play 71 games that season. He played 71 games the following season, 44 points. And in this season, in a shortened season, a 56-game schedule, he did pick up 36 points. So, he's a good hockey player. We all know that. We've seen him on the ice. Brady Tkachuk is an important piece. And again, a huge piece of that 2018 draft. 4th overall to Ottawa. Again, there were other guys they could have selected. I mean, you remember who was selected 3rd overall that year, right? Jesperi Kotkaniemi in Montreal. Look how that's turned out. So, you have a good player here. You drafted well. You've developed well. Great. Sign him for the money he's worth. Alright, enough on that tangent. So, Bruce Garrioch says the Ottawa Senators are still looking to add help to their forward core. I'm going to get into that in a second. And you also have from Sean Simpson, if Logan Brown doesn't earn a spot with the Senators, he'll likely be traded to or put on waivers, which we've seen he was inevitably traded. So Logan Brown, a lot of you said, why isn't Logan Brown in your lineup, Kevin? He's on the Senators. He was never going to play for the Senators again. Come on, guys. You knew that was going to happen. And Logan Brown, no longer with the Senators. So there you go. But with that said, I want to go back to what Bruce Garrioch said about, the Ottawa Senators maybe still looking to add more to their team. Now, the problem is, because you don't have Brady Tkachuk signed up, you don't know how much cap space you truly have. Again, they have, I think it's they have $22.5 million for this year. They have the money, but I mean, if you're I'm assuming they're looking at a guy like Tomas Hertl. That's really my estimation. They're looking at a guy like Tomas Hertl to come in there, and it sounds like he wants to stay in San Jose, but until a deal is locked up, we're going to keep talking about Tomas Hertl to these places that need centers. Christian Dvorak, he's gone. He's in Montreal. What other names really are out there? Ryan Strome of the Rangers, Zibanejad. Probably don't want to go back to that. Probably won't get Derek Brassard in return. Or won't be able to trade back Derek Brassard to make that deal work. I mean, who else is really out there? I mean, you could go crazy and say Barkov, but I think we're all assuming he'll be back in Florida. So, really, it is Tomas Hertl, and he does seem like he would be a good fit in Ottawa. The question is, do they want to pay the guy what he's worth? That's going to be the question for Hertl, and he's going to want to have those conversations. Well, I'm sure Pierre Dorion, the GM of the Senators, is going to want to have those conversations before making that kind of trade. Again, they do have the prospects. If you wanted to throw in, again, I know people don't like this, but if you threw in a guy like Alex Formenton or a Shane Pinto, or dare I even say a guy like Eric Brandstrom, you could easily get that deal done, and you throw on a second-round pick or something like that. Because I'm sure the Senators, I hope Dorian has learned that maybe you shouldn't trade a first-round pick a year before the draft, because if you have a bad season, that could kind of blow up in your face and end up being, I don't know, Bowen Byram, right? So, with that said, the Ottawa Senators, I gotta say, just lock up Brady Tkachuk right now. That's gotta be Pierre Dorion's number one focus. And I don't know if this is a Eugene Melnyk thing, because, again, the problem is, I assume it's a Eugene Melnyk thing, because, like I've said, we've seen this story so many times in Ottawa. Mark Stone, Erik Karlsson, Jean-Gabriel Pageau most recently. I mean, the list goes on for guys that are good core players for the Senators. No, he's asking for too much money. I like the AAV. I like the duration. I don't want to give him a signing bonus right now. Come on, man. Come on. Absolutely crazy. I hope the Ottawa Senators get this figured out, because this just seems like one of those things that the longer it drags on in training camp, and I'm assuming the Canucks get their thing figured out at some point, I just don't understand. I don't. It's really hard. I can only imagine, Sens fans. Like, it's got to be frustrating to see this go on because of how important Tkachuk is to this team. He's a power forward. He's a leader. He's a goal scorer. He's exactly what the Senators need right now, and he's not in training camp. I get that Tkachuk is using his leverage. Again, when you're a team like the Senators, players are going to use their leverage against you. Whether that's fair or not, I don't know, but that's the truth of it. Let's be honest, if you're an organization where you have a guy like Lou Lamoriello, like the Islanders have, again, I know a lot of people, obviously, and I'm an Islander fan, but, that's kind of what happens. When you have that prestige and that respect, you're taken more seriously. When you have owners like Eugene Melnyk nitpicking you for signing bonuses, that gets across the league to other teams and specifically other players. If they have to choose between, maybe I'll go to Ottawa and maybe get $1 million more that season, or, well, the thing is, that's not even the question, though. Like, because Eugene Melnyk is quite tight with his money. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think I've had enough on this tangent. Let me know what you guys think. What do you want to see for Brady Tkachuk in a contract? Is 8 over 8 a sweetheart contract for the Senators? Is that an insult to Brady Tkachuk, or do you think that's a fair contract? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, more videos just like this one, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. and an even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again next time.